The construction of the planned East African crude oil pipeline is taking shape in Tanzania, a facility where all the project's pipelines delivered from the port of Dar es Salaam will undergo thermal insulation and coating has been commissioned.
What the president wants is to elevate Tanzanians out of poverty and enhance their quality of life. Achieving this requires the implementation of development projects. It's essential for the private sector to actively participate in lifting Tanzanians out of poverty.
The East Africa crude oil pipeline, spanning 1,443 kilometers, will connect Uganda's Tanga oil complex on the shores of Lake Albert with Tanzania's Tanga port. Given Uganda's crude oil's viscous and waxy characteristics, the pipeline will require continuous heating throughout its length, establishing the project as the longest electrically heated pipeline in the world. At a cost of $5 billion, the East African crude oil pipeline is slated to export its first batch of oil by the end of 2025. The project is not only expected to generate some 10,000 jobs, but also afford Uganda a new status as an oil exporting nation nearly 2 decades after oil reserves were discovered in the country. Despite the benefits, the East African crude oil pipeline has experienced serious financing hiccups. Shareholders are seeking nearly $3 billion to finalize the project, prompted by pressure from environmentalists who argue that the project will contribute to global carbon emissions.
Looking at this project, the issue of viability is much more visible. And for that case, what remains actually on the part of these governments is to seek much more rewarding sources of finance, because actually translating the project in terms of financial gain, I think this has no big problem, and therefore definitely we have opportunity to be able to access funds from varied sources.
Discussions are ongoing between the pipeline's shareholders and Chinese financiers for possible funding. The governments of Uganda and Tanzania hope that once it's complete, the black gold that flows through the pipeline will change the fortunes of many in the two East African nations. Isaac Lukando, CGTN, Dar es Salaam.